all about fish. There are over 32,000 different species of fish. Fish live their entire lives in water. They live in rivers, ponds, streams, and sometimes even in a tank. Some are found in fresh water only, like a lake, while others are only found in salt water, like an ocean. Fish are cold-blooded, which means their body temperature is the same as the environment where they live. If they live in the freezing waters of the Arctic, their bodies adapt to that cold temperature. And if they live in a tropical location where the water is much warmer, their bodies adapt to live there too. Humans are warm-blooded. This means regardless of whether it's very cold or very hot around you, your body temperature always stays the same, unless you have a fever. Fish come in a wide variety of colors, sizes, and characteristics. But all fish have certain things in common. For one thing, they are vertebrates, which means they have backbones just like humans. Fish also have fins that help them move and swim through the water. Their back fin helps push them forward, while the fins on each side help them steer. Some fish have fins on the top and bottom of their bodies. Those fins help them stay in place and keep them from rolling over. Another characteristic of a fish is gills. You use your lungs to breathe air, but fish use their gills. The gills allow fish to breathe in water. Fish get their oxygen from the water instead of the air. When water enters a fish's mouth, it passes through its gills. Little fibers in the gills absorb oxygen from the water and move it into the fish's bloodstream. The heart then pumps the blood to move the oxygen throughout the fish's body. A fish's diet varies. Some fish, like catfish, eat plant life in the water or algae scraped off rocks, while fish like sharks eat other fish as well as some mammals, like seals and sea lions. The larger a fish's mouth, the bigger the prey a fish can eat. The lanternfish and the viperfish both eat near the bottom of a body of water. The viperfish has fangs that are so large, they can't even fit in its mouth. It also has a large dorsal spine that lights up to attract fish, similar to a fishing lure. The herring and the mackerel both feed near the surface of the water. Their small mouths are good for eating smaller fish. For protection, many fish travel in a group called a school. In a school, the fish swim close to each other. This makes them harder to catch because a predator sees one large fish instead of many little fish. Most fish also have scales covering the outside of their body. The scales protect the skin from attacks. They also help the fish swim faster through the water. Did you know that fish have ears? Both humans and fish use their ears for balance. However, a fish's ears are not on the outside like yours are. Their ears are inside their bodies and are used to detect vibrations in the water. The eyes of a fish are similar to yours. They can see color like you can. Their eyes are also used to communicate. The male fish uses his eyes to attract female fish. Fish have a sharp sense of smell and can detect odors in the water. There are 3 different classes or types of fish: jawless, cartilaginous, and bony. Jawless fish do not have jaws, a stomach, or scales. Their skeletons are made up of cartilage instead of bones. Most don't have fins on the sides of their bodies. Instead, they have a dorsal or caudal fin. Dorsal fins are on the middle of a fish's back, while the caudal fin is the back of the fish. Jawless fish usually have long bodies. One type of jawless fish is called an eel. There are about 800 species of eels. They are long in length from 2 inches to 13 feet. Most eels live in the ocean and can swim backwards. Cartilaginous fish have jaws as well as paired fins. They also have skeletons that are made of cartilage instead of bone. Just like jawless fish, cartilaginous fish are covered with a tough outer skin that includes placoid scales. They have 5 to 7 gill slits as well as 2 nostrils. Sharks fall into this category. Even though the skin of a shark appears to be smooth, they are actually covered with scales that can be seen under a microscope. Bony fish have skeletons that are made of bone instead of cartilage. These fish have scales as well as a single pair of gill openings. This category is the largest class of fish with over 20,000 species. Black marlin and some sturgeons belong to this group. The ocean sunfish is the heaviest bony fish in the world and can weigh about 2,200 pounds.